Welcome back to another edition of The Catch Up here on Cris Cyborg's YouTube channel. I am James Lynch. She is Cris Cyborg, live on location today. Cris, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me Tuesday again. And I'm at the gym today. Change a little bit the scenario.
Yeah, I like it. That's a pretty cool background you got there. What is that behind you?
This is the wall I'm painting in Brazil when I did my first fight in UFC over there. They placed the arena. They painting in the wall. This very nice painting, and then I just put in my gym, for having.
I think that's awesome. Just want to remind our audience here, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. We really appreciate the feedback on this show, which we do every single Tuesday on the channel. Let's get into a bit of history. I mean, this is something neat I saw on your Twitter this week, that it's been the 6-year mark of your 46-second win over Charmaine in Invicta. Of course, you had the title there. What do you remember about that fight? Because you fought a fellow Canadian here in Charmaine Tweet.
A lot of people don't know about this fight. I was fighting Invicta, but I was having contract with UFC. I was fighting Invicta. The UFC doesn't want to put the featherweight in the same card Ronda Rousey the time is fighting. And it was a great fight, 46 seconds. Guys, the fans don't have the opportunity to watch. You guys can go to the Invicta Instagram, can then put this week. And I put some highlights in my Instagram too. And you guys, if you don't see the fight, it's a great one.
No, it's a great fight. How important is it for women's MMA for fighters to compete in Invicta? This is something I spoke about with my co-host Jim West on my other podcast, Victory Loves Company. He feels like it's very necessary for women to, really establish themselves, because the matchmaking is really good. You're going to get tough opponents. Your experience with Invicta was very good, but how essential is Invicta, do you think, for a lot of the women fighters out there?
Thank you, Shannon Knapp, for giving the opportunity and I was loving fighting Invicta.
Yes, Invicta, very good. Curious to see where they end up next, but such a crucial part of MMA. And like you mentioned, so many good fighters have come through Invicta. So excited to see what the future holds there. We haven't even talked about last weekend. I know you're always getting up to different stuff. The weekend before was in Vegas. What did you do this past weekend? We had the UFC. We had the Canelo Alvarez fight. What did you get up to?
I watched Canelo. Canelo just to show he's another level. His fight dynamic contender one. The guy was supposed to be tough for him. But his 1-2 has finished the fight with the guy even don't touch him. It's amazing. He shows this is a very great fighter, the best one. Really
dominant win by Canelo. Did you catch after the fight? So Canelo's doing that post-fight interview. I don't know who was behind him, but did you see him kick those two guys off stage that were beside him? I thought that was hilarious. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. But when Canelo's doing his post-fight interview, there's these two guys that were in the ring. I don't know if they were part of his crew or what the deal was, but he literally tells them to basically F off and get off the stage. It was hilarious. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Let's talk about this Saturday. Huge fight in the women's featherweight division, your division in the UFC. We've got Amanda Nunes taking on Megan Anderson. This is a fight I think people have wanted to see for a while. I know Amanda's a really big favorite in this fight. How do you look at this fight style-wise? Because, Megan's got really good striking, so I think that's where it makes the matchup very interesting.
If you see Amanda Nunes' career, she lost for some girls no good as Megan Anderson, but you can see the fight Megan Anderson against Holly Holm, Holly take down pretty easy Megan Anderson. Amanda Nunes is very good about the strike. Can happen, we don't know what's going to happen, but, I think this Saturday is going to show the different level between them, the difference between the skills and this fight between Amanda Nunes and Meg Anderson.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see how that unfolds. You never know, right? Because there's a lot of factors going in. Megan really doesn't have a lot to lose. Amanda does. I mean, she's a big favorite here, so we'll see how that sort of unfolds on Saturday. Of course, the implications of this are really big too, because, some people feel like if Amanda wins, that's the end of the featherweight division in the UFC. Do you agree with that? Or do you think Megan Anderson's essentially fighting for the division on Saturday?
If you see, it's don't have a lot of girls on 45 for her fight, and even 35. I don't know how long Amanda Nunes is going to continue fighting, but don't have a lot of girls even in 135 for she fight. Or she's going to start fighting girls 2-0. I don't know what's going to happen, but this is people going to start to see this, and then for sure they're going to ask for rematch. They'd like to see this fight. People are going to willing to pay pay-per-view for a good fight, going to put one.
Yeah, I think the UFC does. I mean, this is, my critique of them over the years. Even when you were there, they didn't do a great job of bringing in more women, building up the division. So we'll see what happens, regardless of what happens on Saturday. They did book another featherweight fight. It's been forever since they've done that, but you've got Felicia Spencer, someone that you fought, is taking on Danyelle Wolfe. Now, if people remember, Danyelle was the girl that fought on Contender Series last year, got the contract, but now she's fighting Felicia Spencer, which, I mean, let's be honest, it's a big jump up for your debut. What do you think of that fight?
You know, the really, like, if you see, they now have a lot of girls on 45, just prove. You see this fight to just prove, you know. And you see Felicia, she just fight for the championship, you know. And she's gonna fight Danyelle Wolfe, just a 2-0, you know, 2-0s. And people promote her, she's the boxing champion, but she don't have a professional boxing fight. She's having the last 2 amateur fight box she lost. You know, if you guys want to know about more, because I don't know too much, but you know. Claressa Shields, you can explain about, but you know, I think you just prove you don't have a girls to fight, you know, and you see someone fight for the belt, contender number 1, and you fight somebody the starting and the 2-0, you know, it's.
Yeah, it's just not a lot of options. And here's what I think. This is, you know, because I hear a lot of people saying you can't do featherweight. There aren't many fighters out there because, you know, Bellator, your organization, has a lot of the featherweights. But here's the thing, Chris. They could get a couple of those 35-pound fighters to move up a weight class. There's few that do cut a lot of weight. You know, Aspen Ladd's one of them. Who else? Macy Chasson, who also, you know, was on Ultimate Fighter as a 45er. She could move back up. I think there are some options if they wanted to keep the division going, whether Amanda wins on Saturday or not. We'll see what happens. But yeah, they got to do a better job of promoting that division, or who knows what the future looks like. So just wanted to mention that as well.
You know, I just hear you saying, you know, when I was in UFC, sorry, that's something.
All right, well, that's okay.
Hey, once I went to UFC, they have a lot of girls on 45, you know, but because UFC didn't sign them. Yeah. You know, it's funny because my complaints a lot of talk to UFC, man, sign the girls on 45, sign the girls on 45 for to build the division, for grow the division. And the funny all the time I see Bellator signing one more featherweight. And it's funny because I texted Scott, said, Scott, stop signing the girls over 45. You know, but you know, having the whole division in Bellator, you know, this is the because I'm there, you know, because I want to continue fighting, I want to grow my division, and it's perfect place.
Well, that's what could be really interesting here, Chris, because if they do decide to end the division, where are all the featherweights going to go? As far as I know, Megan, I think this is the last fight on her deal, so this might be telling to see, are they going to cut ties with a lot of their featherweights? And if they do, that's only going to look better for your division. And guess what they could do? They could do a tournament easily, because they could get some of the UFC fighters to come over. Just think of the possibilities, right?
We just have to be patient and wait for see what's going to happen.
Yeah, no, be very patient there. A name you did mention there, Claressa Shields. She's got a big fight coming up here soon. She could potentially be the first undisputed women's champion in 2 divisions. What do you think about that? She's really making her mark in the boxing world.
You know, I'm really happy for her for this opportunity. I know she's training hard and be ready for this fight. She's in great shape. And, you know, I'm already buying my pay-per-view for watching with my daughter this fight. And it'll be great. It'll be great for the women's MMA, for women's boxing. And I'm very excited to see the Claressa Shields fight.
Yeah, and of course she's also doing the MMA thing. We talked about this. She'll be with PFL later this year. So there's a lot just, you know, going on with her. How often do you keep in touch with her? Because I know you guys have a very close friendship, or at least I know when she's out there, you guys, you know, speak a little bit. But I know you think very highly of her and vice versa.
You know, we text back and forth. You know, now she's busy for her fight, but we keep in touch, talk, and yes. Yeah,
no, that's really cool to see. All right, we got to do our Portuguese saying of the week. We've covered food the last couple times. I figured we'd keep it going. How would I say, can I have a snack? How would I say that in Portuguese?
This is going to be a little hard, okay?
Okay, sure. No problem. I'm ready for it.
Okay, eu gostaria de aperitivo. Oh, you did good.
There we go. See? Okay. Nice. Now's the hard part. I got to say it back here. So let's go through it one more time. So you said, how does it start?
Eu gostaria de aperitivo. Yes.
There we go. As long as I can pass it off, that works for me. If you're happy, I'm happy. So there we go.
Yeah, that makes sense. You did good. I was thinking it's going to be hard.
Every week we're getting better.
Yes.
That's awesome. We got to mention, obviously, the premium service on CrisCyborg.com. For less than the price of a coffee, you can get extra access, the Q&As. And they accept Bitcoin. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. And anything new on the premium service? When's the next Q&A? Do you know? Is it still being worked out?
Next one, they're going to be March 19th. Nice. Soon I'm going to have the time. I don't have the time yet, but probably going to be the same time I have it last time. And I'm very excited. And make sure that we have the techniques every Thursday. If you don't sign up, please go to my website, sign up to be premium with us. And very nice to be part together, my fans with me.
We didn't have this on the notes today, Chris, but I did want to mention this. We have the pay-per-view on Saturday for UFC 259. We talked about Nunes and Anderson, but we've got that main event between Israel Adesanya, someone who I know you're familiar with. He's rep by the same management company you are. How excited are you to see him fight at 205? It should be interesting.
I know. I'm very excited. He's having a great fight, and let's see. It's nice.
Yeah, it's going to be a really exciting fight. Don't want to miss that one. Chris, always appreciate the time. Taking some time every Tuesday. I know you probably got to get back to working out and all that, but what do you got coming up this week, and what's the latest on things that you're up to right now?
I've been training and then be waiting, when they're going to announce my fight, but I'm very excited. You guys going to be happy, and I just trained to be focused for my next fight.
Excellent. Oh, by the way, one more thing I got to mention to our audience here. I spoke to Chael Sonnen this morning. He was on my other podcast, Victory Loves Company. We brought up the fight with you and Misha Tate in Submission Underground. He's saying he's all on board for it. So we'll see if that, I know you got the Bellator fight coming up here soon once they actually book it, but that could still be a possibility, you and Misha, I think. Chael seems very amped on it. So just wanted to give people an update on that Chael Sonnen is a fan of you against Misha Tate. I think that would be pretty cool, right? So
if he's there, let's make this happen, Let's go, Chael. I'm very excited too.
And Misha wants it too, right? So it's all good. It's a win-win there. Before we go, just got to remind our audience once again, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. You can follow me on Twitter at LynchOnSports. I'm everywhere. I'm doing interviews all the time, but more importantly, I'm here every Tuesday doing the catch up here with Cris Cyborg. For Cris Cyborg, I'm James Lynch. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday.